Sometimes when people find out I'm an atheist, their response is something like this.
It's sad the girl is an atheist now. What's really even more grievous is that Sarah Roxdale is now an atheist.
Well, speaking from personal experience, I'd just like to say that my life is much better without religion, and in this video I'll explain why. To some people, this might sound insane. But Sarah, how could you possibly live a happy, meaningful life with purpose without a God? Here's how. I'll start with the definition. Happiness. Delighted, pleased, or glad as over a particular thing, characterized by or indicative of pleasure, contentment, or joy. What makes me happy in my life, I think, are the same things that make all humans happy in their lives. Relationships, friendships, family, helping people, hobbies, writing, art, crafts, creativity, reading, learning, good food and beverages. I mean, how many people enjoy a cup of coffee or tea in the morning and also maybe a glass of wine at the end of a very long day? Also, laughing. I think anyone finds joy and contentment in these things, regardless of if they believe in the Christian God, Allah, Krishna,
Zeus, Osiris, Odin, Thor, Ganesha, Saraswati, Ra,
the flying spaghetti monster, or they aren't convinced any gods exist. Like me. Happiness is an emotion, and like any other emotion, it comes and it goes. I realized this more from meditating, a practice that doesn't require a belief in anything supernatural. I don't need a God belief to experience emotions. Because of meditation, I've realized I'm more aware of moments, and I'd rather acknowledge and appreciate those happier moments than allow myself to sit in negative ones. And I'm not saying I never allow myself to feel sadness or anger, fear or self-doubt, but I'm getting better at noticing those negative emotions and just let them go. Most religious people, I think, are able to admit that atheists are able to experience the type of happiness I've described, but many would also say that that's not true happiness. That true happiness can only be given by God, because without God, one's life has no purpose or meaning. Let's take a closer look. Purpose, the reason for which something is done or for which something exists. Meaningful, full of meaning, significance, purpose, or value. As an atheist, I'm not turning to a God for any meaning or purpose, but that doesn't mean I don't have them. Rather than my purpose being told to me by a church leader quoting an ancient text, I choose to determine my own purpose.
You've got it all wrong. You don't need to follow me. You don't need to follow anybody. You've got to think for yourself.
Everyone should be free to determine their own purpose. Have more than one purpose if you want, and I don't believe purpose is set in stone. People should be able to redetermine their purpose as their life and goals change. Okay, so you can decide your purpose. What about meaning? Well, I don't think that everything happens for a reason, but I do think that everything happens. And humans have this uncanny ability to assign meaning to events in order to make them fit into the narrative they have developed for themselves.
I gotta leave, because Sarah's gonna cut my hair, and the guy in the taxi, he's serenading me. Sarah, I'm telling you, the universe keeps revealing her to me. It's screwing with my head.
This isn't always a bad thing. Giving otherwise meaningless events a meaning can help us learn about ourselves and grow. So in that sense, I do believe my life is meaningful. It's meaningful to me and the people who love me, not because a God said so. And now to get morbid. I personally think that when a person dies, they cease to exist. I don't believe in an afterlife. I think when a person's brain dies, their consciousness is gone. This is just what I think happens. Because I don't believe in an afterlife, I appreciate this life so much more than when I did when I was religious. I'm even more grateful for the people in my life I love and care about, realizing how special those moments are with your friends and family. I think that's important to pay attention to because I think we all realize
life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
I grew up in the Pentecostal faith and realized I was an atheist only a few years ago. And my life has gotten so much better without religion, without believing in a God. It's honestly taken some time to deconvert and not feel guilt just for being human. I struggled with the fear of hell for most of my life growing up. When I realized I should live in the present and not for some afterlife, I began to, and still do, each day appreciate this life and these moments. So regardless if you believe in a God or not, have a happy day!